All right. Shalom, shalom. I'd like to start off by saying Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Kol Holoim La, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Barak Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect that scattered abroad, the Akim and the Akwat that's listening in. Yahweh Ratazah, Lord willing that the lesson is edifying. It's the brother Shawab Mawan back at you with another lesson. The title of this lesson is called Defiled Bread Among the Gentiles, Volume 1. All right. And what I'm going to do is, Lord willing, every time I come across some type of video like this, I'll do like a Volume 2, Volume 3, just updates on foods basically that are defiled among us, that are people constantly consume. All right. Let me grab this. Let me grab a couple of these lessons. Real quick. Hold on. Salaki. I have to share the screen. Shalom, brother. Good. So I'll start off with this one first. All right. Which this one was like a week or 2 weeks old. All right. But it still ties in with what we're going to speak about. All right.
Selling bodies and body parts, a trial set to begin in just months. And tonight, new grisly details of what the FBI says really happened.
ABC 15's Nicole Valdez is live. And Nicole, this paints a Frankenstein-like picture.
Yeah, it really does. Katie and Steve, closed for years. This building off 24th Street and University doesn't look like much, but according to new claims in these court documents, the Biological Resource Center was essentially running a chop shop for human body parts, mixing, matching, and selling them in ways we never heard of until tonight.
Described as unsettling, but it sounds a whole lot worse. One FBI agent revealing what it was really like inside the Phoenix body donation facility. In 2014, he saw everything from buckets of heads, arms, and legs to coolers filled with severed penises when the FBI raided the building.
Confusing. The owner accused of selling bodies and body parts. A trial set to begin in just months. And tonight, new grisly details of what the FBI says really happened.
ABC 15.
All right. Let me grab another one. All right. Yeah, because these human chop shops that you got going on, they're used for different things. A lot of these body parts are used in the black market. All right, organs, all of that. These Edomites use these organs and these body parts for themselves, man, because their bodies are not like our bodies, man. Our bodies are stronger than their bodies. All right, our DNA is stronger than them. Everything about us is stronger. Even us having melanin and them not. They're always trying to take our melanin away, which melanin is actually more expensive than gold, which I was reading an article not so long about. All right. But like I said, these devils do sacrifices with these body parts. They're putting it in your food, believe it or not. I always mention this one video that I seen about 10 years ago, and I never found it. I've always looked for it and I can never find it. But there was a guy, he was a Jewish guy. He was basically screaming onto the people and telling them that, what do you think happens to all these children that go missing and you never find them again? And a lot of these kids and, these people that go missing, they get, chopped up in these machines, man, and they get grinded into your meat, believe it or not. And that's what the guy was saying. It was a straight Jewish guy, probably definitely part of the elites. And he was exposing them and telling them that those children that go missing, they get put into meat grinders, and they get put into your food, which these devils been doing this for years. The one video that I'm really looking for, I don't know what I did with it. I was watching it. I thought I saved it and I didn't. But the guy was going into how, all these hot dogs are being found with DNA meat. And then he brought out something that had happened 7 years ago, where they were saying the same thing, and that was 7 years ago, literally. So imagine now that this is still happening to this day, and probably even more worse all right, and probably even more sneaky, okay. But basically, he was saying that all the hot dogs around the world were contaminated with DNA, even the vegan hot dogs. All right, they were finding DNA in that. Okay, let's go. I think there's another one I got right here somewhere. Here goes another one right here.
People who eat hot dogs eat them because they taste so good. But what's in them is not so good. You know, we've learned to accept it, but I don't know if you'll feel so accepting after this. The company Clear Foods recently analyzed 345 hot dog and sausage products from 75 brands and retailers and found, are you hot dog lovers ready for this? Human DNA in 2% of the samples and in 2/3 of the vegetarian samples. And get this, 10% of all vegetarian products appear to contain meat. Clear Foods says that there are some companies producing high quality hot dog. Top scores to Butterball, McCormick, Eckrich, and Hebrew National.
Which I believe all these hot dogs that they're mentioning, these brand names are all Jewish owned businesses, believe it or not. And the fact that they even say Hebrew National is supposed to be one of the top best hot dogs because they're always the most expensive in the stores, all of that. And look, even them have the actual DNA in it. Okay.
People who eat hot dogs.
Oh yeah, that was the point on that. She already finished that. So let me grab the scripture real quick. All right, this is Ezekiel 4:13, and it says, "And the Lord Yahweh said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whether I will drive them out." So wherever we went, wherever we ended up, right, every time that we were among these Gentiles, we were going to eat defiled bread, defiled food, right? Food that is not lawful, food that is not supposed to be in our body, all right? And okay, these are these devils doing the same thing that they've always done, all right? Defiling our food, poisoning our foods, our water, okay? And you know, these contaminants are basically in our body, which, you know, I believe that they're literally trying to get people ready for that time of, you know, cannibalism, because the Lord said that will be one of the plagues upon the earth, famine, and that our people will pretty much eat the flesh of their daughters and their sons, right? They're going to be eating themselves. They're going to eat the flesh of themselves. All right, like the scriptures say that, you know, he will snatch on the one hand and then snatch on the other and still not be satisfied. All right. So these people are going to literally cut themselves into pieces just to eat. And, you know, a lot of it probably has to do with these devils putting DNA inside our meats and things like that, because the more you eat these things, the more it becomes custom to your body. Okay. So, you know, putting this in the body, when it comes for the time that they serve these things, is not going to be able to affect the people because they've been eating this shit already, man. All right, these people already live in a cannibalistic state without them even noticing. All right, all the different types of foods that we be eating, most of them are unlawful. You're not supposed to eat any of these damn foods, man. The Lord gave us dietary laws in the Leviticus, the 11th chapter. Okay. Another scripture I wanted to bring out real quick, which this is going to be a quick lesson, like I said. This is Wisdom of Solomon, the 12th chapter, showing you these devils always, right, doing some wicked witchcraft, some wicked sacrifices, right? Which, you know, this was our people following after the ways of the heathen also, but all these ways come from the actual heathens. All right, this is Wisdom of Solomon 12:4. It says, "Whom thou hatest for doing most odious works of witchcrafts and wicked sacrifices, and also those merciless murderers of children and devourers of man's flesh and the feasts of blood." All right, devourers of man's flesh, they eat in you know, the DNA of humans inside human meat. All right, them eating just humans, period. You know, you got these Illuminati members that do these sacrifices where they'll literally eat actual humans and feast on their bloods. They drink their blood, turn it into what's that called? Damn, got it in the tip of my tongue, can't get it out. Adrenochrome. There you go. You know, they turn it into adrenochrome, which this is what keeps them looking young. That's why these elite members, man, when they stop taking blood and things like that, that's why they be looking crazy as hell, because they don't have that young blood in them no more. All right. And at the end of the day, that's just wicked. You're not supposed to be doing no shit like that. All right. It says, with their priests out of the midst of their idolatrous crew, and the parents that killed with their own hands, souls destitute of help. And, you know, you got people that, you know, they will give up their own children, man. All right. Just like they were giving up their children up to Baal in those ancient times, they're still giving up their children on to Baal today. Right. When you get these dead fetuses and when women go get abortions and things like that, all these dead fetuses, they take those and they put that in your food also. All right. And as a matter of fact, to be honest, you know, all this DNA that they're putting into these foods, a lot of them is probably straight Edomite DNA, man, because they want us to have their DNA in our body. All right. And you know, their DNA being in our body is completely bad for an Israelite, because you know their blood is wicked, man. Their blood is wicked. Their DNA is wicked. So you know, getting that inside your body, you know, have you acting a certain way, acting evil, possibly, you know. So it says, with their priests out of the midst of their idolatrous crew, the parents that killed with their own hands, souls destitute of help. All right, showing you that these devils do sacrifices, right, on a very high level. But yeah, that's pretty much the point. All right, that's right. This is Micah 2:1. Woe to them that devise iniquity. Yeah, this is them planning their wickedness and work evil upon their beds. They're able to work upon their beds, meaning they don't stop. They're always at work. Okay, all day, all night. They're always trying to find a way to get us out of here. As a matter of fact, let me grab that. Where's it gonna go? Damn, I just lost my train of thought. Salakia. Hold on, let me go back to that. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. Damn, I literally lost my train of thought. Salaki on that. But that was pretty much the point anyway. It wasn't going to be a long video. Just another update on these damn devils poisoning our foods. So, you know, watch what you eat. As a matter of fact, you know what? Something else just popped up into my head. This is Daniel, first chapter. And this is why the Lord tells you not to eat the portion of the king's meat. All right, because when you read into this, you had Nebuchadnezzar, all right, that was trying to basically have the men eat the portion of the king's meat, but Daniel was telling them that no, he refused to eat the portion of the king's meat, and that he was to eat pulse, which pulse goes into vegetables. Okay, that's really what the body was always supposed to be taken in: vegetables, fruits, all right, and constant water. All right, us being given this meat, yeah, it was given to us to eat, but we're really not supposed to eat the meat on a high level like that, because of how these devils treat the meat, how they break it down and all that, how they process it. All right, once it's already mechanically made and processed through a certain system, all right, your food is completely defiled. All right, but let me read this real quick. It says, but Daniel, this is Daniel 1:8. It says, but Daniel proposed in his heart that he would not defile himself with the portion of the king's meat, nor with the wine which he drank. And this is something that we have to, this is why the Lord always telling us to fast and constantly be on that type of mode, because the meats here, man, they're all made to destroy you. They're all made to destroy your body, all right, to act a certain way. All right, so it says that he would not defile himself with a portion of the king's meat, nor with the wine which he drank. Therefore, he requested of the prince of the eunuchs that he might not defile himself. Now, Yahweh had brought Daniel into favor and tender love with the prince of the eunuchs. And the prince of the eunuchs said unto Daniel, I fear my lord the king, who has appointed your meat and your drink. For why should he see your faces worse, likening than the children which are of your sort? Then shall ye make me endanger my head to the king. Then said Daniel to Melzar, whom the prince of the eunuchs had set over Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, prove thy servants, I beseech you, 10 days, and let them give us pulse to eat and water to drink. All right. When you go into that word pulse, all right, it goes into vegetables as sown. All right, that's why the Lord said that I give you herb, all right, as your meat. All right, he said that in the beginning in Genesis, herbs were given unto us to be the portion of our meat. All right, so herbs, vegetables, fruits. All right, these are the things that cure the body. Vegetables is what detoxes the body. All right, fruits is what gives it the energy. Okay, and water is what keeps you basically stable. Water is what helps everything in the body get broken down. All right, that's why when you really eat, you're really supposed to eat, and then you're supposed to drink mad water after that, because the water is what breaks it down. That's why your stomach gets real big and it gets all like bloated with water, because that's your stomach reacting. It fills it up with the water, and then all that water starts breaking down your food. All right, but when you eat the portion of the king's meat, all right, all these defiled as foods, you drinking the water and all that ain't gonna help. All right, because all that I'm sure Esau makes a diligent search, so Esau knows that, you know, certain foods, if you mix it with water, it might turn into a certain type of, you know, thing or certain type of disease in your body. I'm just using it as an example, but this is how this mentality, this devil's mentality is, man. There's always something behind his agenda that he's trying to do. All right, but here again, it tells you vegetables, herbs. You see, table foods such as is eaten in a half fast, opposed to flesh and more delicate food. You see, you're not supposed to be eating that flesh like that. Okay, but you know, like I said, that's pretty much the point. All right, just make sure that you don't defile yourself with these nasty ass foods. And today, man, you can't trust this devil for nothing. All right, try to keep it as simple as possible. And it's crazy because here it is, the devil poisons us on a daily basis, and here we are, we still live among these Gentiles, man. That's how you know that our bodies are always stronger than theirs. All right, and they always want to take our body parts because they want to be able to live the way we live. All right, these devils, once they catch disease, this is a wrap. All right, these devils is a matter of time before they die. Here it is, we live with diseases on a daily basis, and we still moving. All right, that's how beautiful our power is, man, that he has made us stronger than the rest of these nations. All right, but yeah, that's the point. So with that being said, Lord willing, you were edified. Watch what you eat. All right, make sure that you eat this raw more than anything. All right, make sure you eat in the ways of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, to keep your body preserved in a clean way. All right. So with that being said, Shalom, Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai Barakatah. The water for the scriptures, brother. To the next one, Shalom.